and the home of the brave.
Blues hosting the North Stars, and in goal for the North Stars tonight, Brian Hayward, 30-year-old. He's only had 4 appearances in his last 18 games, a 3.18 goals against average. For the Blues, Vincent Riendo, he's coming off the shutout against the New York Islanders Thursday night. He's won his last 5, a record of 28 wins, 9 losses, and 6 ties, a 3.06 goals against average. And the Blues need Vincent Riendo to continue to play well. The referee tonight, Ron Hogarth, the linesman, Shane Heyer, and Mark Perry. As the Blues and the North Stars play game number 80, the last game of the regular season, 1990-91. To tell you about the first period, here's John Kelly.
Thank you, Bruce Affleck. The Blues have not lost too many times this year to the North Stars, a record of 4-1-2. Blues get the draw, clear it in. Dahlquist back for the North Stars. In front of his own net to Tenorti. At center ice for Gavin. Into the blue zone for Broughton on left wing. A shot and a save by Riendo, and he goes down. And he hangs on. Riendo coming off that shutout against the Islanders, and he's played well in the last 5 games.
Certainly has, undefeated in that span. Broughton comes in the left side, takes the shot using Brown as a screen. Riendo makes a save. Puck jumps in front of him, but Riendo jumps on top of it for the faceoff. Well, scratched tonight for the Blues. Pat Jablonski is scratched along with Curtis Joseph. Tom Tilley, Harold Schneps, Steve Tuttle, and Kelly Chase is sitting out game number 6 of a 10-game suspension. Meanwhile, for the North Stars, Kurt Gile, Rob Zettler, Chris Dahlquist, Doug Smale, and Perry Berezan are all scratched.
No score early. Face-off right of Riendo. The Blues got the draw, and the puck comes to center. Dahlquist for Prop. He'll lift it back in. Brown back for the Blues. On right wing for Sutter. His pass to center. Knocked down by Prop, and now he bats the puck out of midair. And it goes over the boards. Brian Prop, red hot lately, has a 10-game scoring streak on the line tonight.
He does, John. 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points in that span. He's been leading this club in Minnesota, a hot team of late, especially at home, but they've struggled on the road. Only 1 win in their last 10 on the road. They had a big game home last night, a big 2-1 victory over the Chicago Blackhawks, and John Casey, the goaltender, was very upset when Chicago scored with 16 seconds remaining.
No score early in this contest. Now the Blues to center. Here's Sutter into the North Star zone. Left wing to Basson. A shot! And Hayward, a glove save on a waist-high drive by Basson.
A good rush by Mahar, Sutter, and Basson. Basson playing the left wing. He's only been there for a few games, but certainly doesn't look out of place as he comes in just inside the top of the circle. Let's go the shot from the left side going to the far post. Hayward made the saves, doing the splits almost. Sutter doing a good job drawing the defense to him in the middle, going to the net. That allowed Basson a shot from the left side. We'll have a face-off to the right of Brian Hayward, the 30-year-old former Montreal Canadian. He sat out the early part of this season, wanting to be moved from Montreal. And they did so and sent him to Minnesota.
Now the Oates line out there against Mark Bureau, former Calgary Flame. Oates, Lowry, and Hall. Face off to the right of Hayward. Bureau got the draw, but in the corner, Paul Cavallini there for the Blues. To Oates. Centers to Hall, and he put it high off the glass. He was wide open in front. And Gavin back for Minnesota. Gavin to center. Into the Blues zone on left wing. Tripped up by Butcher. Now Butcher checks Bureau in the corner. Mark Bureau behind the Blues goal. Has 2 Blues on him. Paul Cavallini knocks it free. Up the boards to Lowry. Can't get it by Chambers. But Oates takes over. And Oates backhands it to center. Hall gets to it. But he was offside. A 2-line pass. The pass came from inside the Blues line to the other side of center.
Now Brett Hall, 85 goals on the season. 1 more and he goes ahead of Mr. Lemieux. Trying to catch Wayne Gretzky's records. He's had quite a season. Now, one man I forgot to mention, John, in the scratches for Minnesota, Basil McRae, has been scratched just a little while ago. Brett Hall had the opportunity, putting it over the net, though. Basil McRae was left back home last night. Towards the end of the game, he was near the net. Eddie Belfour came up with his stick and his blocker pad and hit McRae in the jaw, and they thought it was broken. It is not, but they kept him at home.
We've played 90 seconds of the first period. No score. Now the Blues to center. Here's Quinn for Paul Cavallini. Carries across the line, flips it in deep. Brindamore back there, in behind the North Star goal. Brindamore looks to center. Knocked away. Now Quinn there for Bruce in front. That's tipped to the corner by Jim Johnson. And Bellows for Minnesota. He can't work it away. Butcher held it in. In the corner, Wilkinson works it ahead. And Bellows tips it back to center. Paul Cavallini back for the Blues. On right wing for Bruce. Bruce out there with Quinn and Brindamore. Puck cleared to center. Knocked down by a North Star with a hand pass. Then play called. No score here in St. Louis. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Played just over 2 minutes of the first period. No score. Blues send out Basson, Mahar, and Sutter. This will be the Blues checking line, obviously, going into the playoffs. They wanted to see Mahar in the middle and move Basson to the left wing.
The Blues have caught fire lately. Only 3 losses in their last 10 games, and they've won 6 straight. That's 1 shy of a club record. No score in the contest. Now the North Stars in their own zone. Prop gets one to center ice. And Scott Stevens back after a 2-game suspension. At his own line, good pass to Sutter. Into the North Star zone, a shot. That's off a leg and wide. Mahar on left wing. Flips to the far corner for Bassett. He gets the puck behind the net, tied up by Tenorti. And Gagne for the North Stars to Prop. At center ice for Mike Modano. Long shot, that's tipped. And the puck sails into the upper deck here at the arena.
I can't remember the last time I saw that, but that is right in the upper deck. A loge seating here. A happy fan with a souvenir. Good job by the Blues defense. Modano winding up to the big slap shot. Took his time. Mike Modano, the second-year pro, runner-up to the Calder Trophy last year, has 64 points this season. He's got a great shot. He's got a lot of speed, John, for a guy 6'3". He is a good hockey player now, but he's only going to get better.
He's like a gazelle out there on skates. He can fly, and of course he had that big tying goal a couple of weeks ago with 11 seconds left in a 2-2 game here. No score. We played 3 minutes of the first period. North Stars back in their own zone. Glynn a pass to center, knocked down by Marois. Up for Oates. Oates to Marois into Hull on right wing. Hull goes in wide. Had it knocked away by Duchesne. And Glynn for the North Stars. Starts back for Chambers ahead to Broughton into the Blues end. Broughton beats Featherstone in alone. A shot. Riendo, a glove save on Broughton after he walked around Featherstone. And the Blues take over. Lowry to Oates at center. Right wing for Hull. He'll clear it in. Off the boards. Oates grabs it. Puts it in the slot. Hull back to Marois. A shot right on. A save by Hayward with the right pad. And Broughton on right wing. Near his own line. Now it's picked up by Mike Craig, the rookie. He clears the puck back to center ice. Butcher for the Blues. He sat out last night's game with the flu. Up for Gino Cavallini. Kicks the puck ahead. Now Gino gets it again. Into the North Star zone, but getting back to break it up is Bureau. Now it's center ice for Churla. In for Gavin on right wing. Gavin on his backhand. Lost it. Now he tried to center one, but it's blocked there by Garth Butcher. In behind the Blues goal. Paul Cavallini gets it. Pass ahead, held in by Johnson on the right point. Now Bureau sends it in behind the Blues goal. No one there, and Brett Hall on right wing takes over. And he clears it away. North Stars come right back in. Tenorti. Pass on right wing, but Gino Cavallini broke it up and he whaps it off the boards to center ice. In this scoreless game, Bureau for Minnesota shoots it back into the Blues zone. Riendo left it back there for Butcher. Garth Butcher out of his own zone. Left wing to Gino Cavallini. Now brother Paul lost it. And again, the Blues have to go back. Here's Gino Cavallini. Pass to center. Too far for Kimball. It goes down the ice. And icing called as Dahlquist goes back. No score here at the arena. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
best opportunity Minnesota has had was Neil Broughton beating Glenn Featherstone. A good forward will watch a defenseman's feet. Glenn Featherstone crossed his feet. That allowed Broughton to come to the other side. Nothing Featherstone could do at that point, but fortunately Riendo made the big save. After that, good job by Marois to get the shot on net. Hayward making the save. Oates was there for the rebound, but it hopped over his stick, so good opportunities at both ends.
But no score. 5:05 gone in the first period. The Blues get the puck to center. Tenorti for the North Stars. Back in on left wing to Bellows. Centers it, but Scott Stevens there gave it away to Bellows. A shot, he scores! Brian Bellows. And the North Stars laid 1-0 after a Stevens giveaway.
Nobody feels worse than Scott Stevens right now, that's for sure. Just as he was going to make the pass, he was hooked from behind. It's in front of his net. It's a dangerous place. Bellows intercepts it, lets go of the puck, and it beats Riendo, low stick side, just outside the hash marks. Bellows gets goal number 34 on the season, 35 for Brian Bellows, and the North Stars take a 1-0 lead. Those are the ones as a defenseman, John, you just want to go and hide, and nothing you can do about it. It's over. Come back and help out your team by getting a goal for the Blues.
Well, Bellows, who had 55 goals last year, gets number 35 unassisted at 5:15. 1-0 Minnesota. Here they come again. Bureau centers it. Gavin, a poke at a loose puck, but Riendo stopped that, and Marois feeds Hull on left wing, or rather Bruce. Now to center ice for Brindamore. Behind the play, here's Featherstone taking on a North Star player, Churla, who was after Dan Quinn, and then Featherstone came in. And we will get penalties here. Stars lead 1-0. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
We have penalties at 5:37 of the first period. North Stars leading 1-0 on Brian Bellows' 35th goal of the season. Referee Ron Hogarth calling the first penalties of the game. Churla hit Quinn behind the net. Quinn kind of reacted to that, hit back. Churla was doing some talking, and that's when Featherstone came in and dropped the gloves, went right after Churla. Looks like the penalties are even up, John. Nothing on the clock right now, as both Churla and Featherstone are in the penalty box.
Well, Featherstone gets 4 minutes for roughing, Churla 2 minutes for interference, 2 for roughing, and a 10-minute misconduct. And Bob Gainey, the North Stars coach, is not happy about that.
I'm not sure I understand it either. Glenn Featherstone dropped his gloves and started to throw punches. You take every break you can, and Bob Gainey, who's gotten this team going in the last quarter of the season, was very upset indeed. In Minnesota last night, as we mentioned, a 2-1 victory over Chicago. They had their first sellout of the year in Minnesota last night. It took till game 40 of the home season. It's nice to see the fans coming back in Minnesota, as they have struggled all year, both on the ice and off the ice. New owner Norm Green trying to do a lot of things to build hockey back up in Minnesota, and hopefully has done it.
Teams at full strength. North Stars ahead 1-0 on Bellows' unassisted goal. Blues clear it in. Glenn behind his net for the North Stars. He's watched by Dan Quinn. A pass for Chambers on left wing. Rink wide to Smith. He gets to center. Bobby Smith into the Blues end. Now behind the goal, Dahlin there with Paul Cavallini. Cavallini pokes it on right wing for Quinn. To Brindamore at center ice for Butcher. And across the line to Bruce. His shot, that's nowhere near the goal. Back on the right point, Paul Cavallini kept it in. But Smith there for the North Stars nearly gave it away. Now Quinn on left wing, steals for the Blues. To Brindamore, back to Paul Cavallini, a shot, blocked, Bruce a shot, and Hayward stopped that as Bruce found a loose puck in front. Now it comes back to the point. Paul Cavallini lost it, and here's Bellows ahead for Dahlin. Into the Blues zone, but Butcher there. He takes over. Over for Paul Cavallini at center ice to Brindamore. Knocked down, the puck knocked away by Johnson, and here comes Craig on right wing. Craig tripped up by Paul Cavallini, and he'll go off. And Cavallini not happy about that, but it was rather clear that he tripped up Craig.
No question, he just took the feet right out from underneath of him. The puck was there, and I think that's what Paul Cavallini was talking about. The puck was in front of Craig. He was trying to kick it up, but Paul just took the left skate out from underneath Craig, and that's the call. The North Stars will go on the power play. Penalty coming at 6:50. Blues had a chance before that Shot from Paul Cavallini to the point, from the point. Didn't make it all the way, but David Bruce was there all alone, took the shot. The save was made by Hayward. The Blues will be shorthanded here. Minnesota in this series against the Blues, 8 for 27. Almost 30% of the time they've gotten a goal against the Blues. In the course of the year, their power play is ranked 8th in the National Hockey League. Of course, the Blues penalty killing has been good all year. They're ranked 4th.
North Stars have a 1-0 lead into power play, but the Blues get the draw, and Ron Wilson clears it down the ice. Tenorti and Modano appointment up front. Gagne with Prop and Bellows. North Stars get to center. Tenorti in on right wing for Prop. Prop goes wide, centers to Gagne, missed a tip in. Now in the corner, Bellows for the North Stars. Gets it behind the goal, but Stevens there for the Blues, and he'll whack it down the ice. One thing the North Stars do very well in a power play, Bruce, is they move the puck around quickly.
Good skills.
Now Gagne to center. Into the Blues zone on right wing. For Bellows. Back to Modano. He plays one to the corner. Tenorti there behind the goal to Gagne. Can't center. Butcher steals it. He gives it right back to Tenorti. Mark Tenorti on left wing. Now back on the right point for Bellows. Works in to Modano. Back for Bellows on the wing. Across for Tenorti. Now to Modano. Fakes it to Bellows on right wing. But Stevens blocked that. He stole it. And he sends it the length of the ice. Now 50 seconds left in the power play. And behind the play, Gagne and Butcher get their gloves up.
Well, neither of them dropped their gloves, but both took about 3 good punches at each other. Butcher had Gagne tied up in the power play. That's where it stemmed from. We'll have penalties. It looks like Butcher is the only one going, and I don't blame the crowd for booing this one. Both of them threw at least 3 punches at each other. But Hogarth makes the only call. Now they get them both 2 minutes each for roughing now. Initial call, we just saw Butcher going to the penalty box. Penalties coming at 8:02 of the first period, with the North Stars leading 1-0. Scott Stevens giveaway. Brian Bellows got his 35th of the year unassisted at 5:15 of the first period. Gagne now talking, and he gets a misconduct. He came over and he talked to referee Ron Hogarth. Said something, and obviously it wasn't Happy Easter. I would have to say Mr. Gagne said the wrong thing, and Hogarth has given him a 10-minute misconduct also. Well, the Blues still have 48 seconds left on the penalty to Paul Cavallini. Face-off will be in the neutral zone. North Stars out shooting the Blues 6-3. Blues a man short for another 48 seconds.
North Stars control the puck. They lead 1-0. Modano behind his own net. Left wing for Broughton. Here's Neil Broughton, North Stars all-time leading scorer. At center ice to Dahlin in on right wing. Bumped by Stevens. Dahlin gets control behind the goal. Now for Craig near corner. On the point for Broughton. He winds up a shot. Mahar blocked that. And Ron Wilson has the puck. And he flips it down the ice. Now 15 seconds left in Paul Cavallini's minor. Broughton for the North Stars. He comes to center along. Dump in. Goes around the boards, near side, taken by Oates, and Oates will clear it away. And now the Blues penalty has expired. Blues down by a goal, but they're back at full strength. Here's Oates in the corner, steals, in front, a backhander, and that's blocked by Bureau, and it goes wide. And Mike Craig there to scoop it back to center. For Neil Broughton. He circles at center ice, now Broughton in on left wing for Duchesne. Off his stick. And Hull takes over to Marois. Marois in traffic, lost it. Now far corner, Lowry takes a check. Back on the right point, Johnson for the North Stars. Shoots one to the far corner. Duchesne held against the boards by Paul Cavallini. Back on the right point, Johnson. He tried to keep it, and he did. Here's Bureau again on right wing. In the slot to Gavin, broken up. Blues Hull lost it, a backhander. Henry into a save as Duchesne let it go. And now Gavin knocked down by Lowry. And meanwhile, Marois has another North Star. Well, the tempers are getting hot here in Game 80.
Now, there is a possibility these two teams would meet in the first round. The Blues would have to win tonight. Chicago would lose against Detroit. Gavin was taking his free will at Paul Cavallini. That's when Lowry came in. He's getting a penalty, and maybe others. Blues trail 1-0. This is St. Louis Blues hockey. Dave Lowry has received a 2-minute minor for roughing. Looks like we're going to have other penalties here also.
St. Louis penalty number 14, Paul Cavallini. 2 minutes each for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of the penalties, 9:41.
Now those two cancel each other out. Gavin and Cavallini, unsportsmanlike minors. The penalty to Lowry will stick. Minnesota will go back on the power play. They're 0 for 1 tonight. Gagne is the one who leads this team on the power play, and he's in the penalty box serving a misconduct. His 20 power play goals on the season. That puts him 4th in the National Hockey League. Of course, Brett Hull, 1st overall, 29 power play goals. Blues will be a man short with a face-off in their zone.
North Stars lead 1-0. Bellows the only goal unassisted at 5:15. Bobby Smith on the face-off against Mahar. Smith gets it back on the point. Here's Mike Modano. Left wing to Bellows. A shot and a pad save by Riendo. Bellows again. Another drive. Arm save by Riendo. And Mahar clears it away. Well, Bellows had 2 pops at Riendo and he made both saves. Mike Modano in behind his own goal. Rich Sutter watching him. North Stars on the power play as Modano gets to center. His pass now picked up by Tenorti, and Prop flips it in. Mario Marois back for the Blues. Whips it around the boards, and it gets by Modano. Sutter after it. He's got a break on right wing. Sutter a shot. Saved by the goalie Hayward. Rebound at Bellows. Or rather, Basson is stopped close in. Now right point Marois. A shot. Hayward a save again on Marois. And Prop to center ice. Broken up by Marois. Marois back in his own zone for Stevens. He clears it away. Now 55 seconds left in Lowry's minor. North Stars come back in. Bellows on left wing. Fires it in deep, far corner. Dahlin and Sutter fight for it. In comes Basson. He bumps Bobby Smith. And now they jam up and hold it for a face-off.
Great opportunities for the Blues. Well, they're down a man. Still 41 seconds remain on Lowry's penalty. Good job by Rich Sutter coming in the right side, taking the shot. It almost gets through Hayward's pads. Both Basson and Sutter charged the net. Sutter having come back from behind the net. Basson was there. He tried to throw it over the fallen Hayward. Neither could get it into the net, though. Before that, on the power play, Bellows had the best chance. Stevens doing his job in front, taking the man. Bellows had all the time in the world to come in and take the shot. Riendo made the save.
North Stars lead 1-0. 35 seconds left in Lowry's minor. 8:50 to go in the first period. North Stars back in their own zone. Chambers now to Broughton at center ice for Dahlin. Left wing for Craig. He was bumped at the Blues bench. And Mahar clears it away. Chambers deep in his own zone for Minnesota. Puts on the brakes. Now a pass to center for Glenn. Glenn through the middle to Craig, across the line to Dahlin. Right wing to Broughton. Has a step on Oates. A shot. Save Riendo. Rebound. And Riendo stopped Craig. And the Blues clear it away. And Lowry back on. Oh, 2 good chances there for the North Stars. Here's Tenorti behind his goal. Pass to center for Gaetan Duchesne. Duchesne at his own line. Oates on him. Right wing for Wilkinson. Gets it across the line, but Featherstone there. He'll flip it down the ice. And icing coming up here on the Blues. The Stars lead 1-0. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Now Vincent Riendo's last game was a 3-0 shutout. He played very well in that one, although the North Stars lead here 1-0. He continues to make some great saves. A backhand by Broughton. He makes the save on that one. And then a rebound from Mike Craig, the rookie. Riendo again stands tall on the play. Minnesota's had some great opportunities, that's for sure. good backhand here by Broughton. A lot of players wouldn't make that shot, but Broughton does, and he gets a good shot away. The Blues go for the puck instead of not worrying about the puck and picking up a man, and that allowed Craig the second shot.
North Stars lead 1-0. 7:45 to go in the first period. Now the Blues in their own zone. Butcher. Pass to center for Stevens. His pass tipped in by Oates. Hayward out of the net, left it behind the goal. Wilkinson there makes a move. Now he lost it as Wilkinson took a rather dangerous route. Blues, Lowry centers. Hall there. Now back to Butcher. And he broke his stick. Oh, it's a backhander. And Hayward a save on that. Stevens pinches in from the left point. For Oates behind the goal. Oates tried to center, but Hayward reaches back and holds on. You can own a deluxe satellite system for $1,995. Shipment can be sent anywhere in the United States. Call Arnold Satellite Systems at 1-800-727-2911 for your deluxe satellite system. Let's pause 5 seconds for station ID. This is St. Louis Blues Hockey.
You're watching Blues Hockey on St. Louis 11.
Now Rick Eagleston would like to say hello to Danny Eagleston and Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. Also Angie and Amy want to wish Cindy a speedy recovery from back surgery tomorrow. Our best wishes go out to those folks, obviously. Blues trailing 1-0 with 7:15 remaining in the first period. Face off to the right of Brian Hayward in the North Star zone.
Oates on the draw against Smith. Oates, Lowry, and Hall. Bobby Smith gets the draw. Far corner for Dahlquist behind the net to Tenorti up the boards. Now for Bellows on left wing, a pass knocked down. Here's Oates in the slot. Now back to the left point. But Tenorti knocked it away. Puck loose at center. Brett Hull for the Blues at his own line for Stevens. His pass. It goes right to Dahlquist. Now Tenorti for Smith at center. Back in his own zone for Chris Dahlquist. His pass almost intercepted by Hull at center ice. Stevens gets it for the Blues. In for Oates. Oates now to Bruce on left wing. He overskates it. Bellows there, can't clear. Here's Bruce in the slot to Hull. Hull doesn't shoot. Hull back on the right point. Then he takes the puck all the way to center ice. And now the Blues have to clear the zone. North Stars lead 1-0. 6:22 left first period. As the North Stars cleared away. Quinn slaps it back in. Here's Dahlquist behind his goal. On left wing for Prop. Prop ahead for Glenn, gets to center. Glenn to the Blues line. In the slot. Hooked by Brindamore, and he'll get a penalty here. And the North Stars will get their third power play. So Brindamore will go off. It's 1-0 Minnesota. This is St. Louis Blues Hockey.
13:56 of the first period. Rod Brindamore goes off. 2 minutes for hooking. So he pulls Glenn down with the hook. So he got past Brindamore. North Stars will go on their third power play of the first period here. They're 0 for 2 on the night.
And they lead 1-0. Bellows has the only goal. North Stars get the draw. Broughton on the point, left wing for Bellows. He had the winning goal last night. Bellows back on the point for Glenn. That shot tipped wide. Paul Cavallini there. Can't clear it. Now Dolan in the slot for Smith. Left wing to Bellows. Back for Broughton. Now to Bellows again. A one-timer. Blocked by Paul Cavallini. Here's Bellows on left wing. In behind the goal for Dolan. Dolan now on the far side. Just leaves it behind the Blues goal. Butcher is there. Steals the puck. And Butcher, a good pass to Ron Wilson at center ice. One man back. Here's Wilson across the line. And he's held up by Glenn. The fans yell, but no call. And Neil Broughton back to center. Up to Smith. Into the Blues zone. Here's Smith on right wing. In behind the net. In front. Dolan a shot. And that goes wide, and Bob Basson clears it away. Now a minute to go in the North Stars power play. They lead 1-0. Puck shot in again. Stevens behind the St. Louis goal. Outlet pass for Basson. And he'll just play it back to center ice. Now Sutter a check on Chambers at the red line. Basson there as well. And the Blues force it in deep. And Madonna will go back behind his own goal. He leaves it for Chambers. And the North Stars come to center on the power play. Chambers into the Blues zone on left wing. Back on the point, Modano. Across for Tenorti, a shot. That's blocked by Stevens. Now Chambers gets it. Right wing to Tenorti. Fakes the shot into Prop. Centers it, but Sutter is there to tip it away. Can't clear it. Now Tenorti right point. And it comes outside the line. No, it didn't. Here's Modano on right wing. A shot! And that's just wide. North Stars Modano again. But now Brindamore back on. And Stevens breaks up the pass. Blues try and clear. They can't. Here's Riendo behind the net. Gave it away. Prop. Tried to center. Gets it back. In front, but Stevens whacked it away. North Stars keep the pressure on. The Blues are back at full strength, but they can't get a whistle. Brindamore far corner for the Blues. Up ahead for Mahar. That's center ice to Sutter. 3-on-2. Sutter. Oh, he's really belted and knocked down by a nice check by Johnson. I think the play was offside anyhow. Good check by Johnson. North Stars lead 1-0. This is St. Louis Blues hockey. North Stars lead 1-0. 3:25 left first period. Now the Blues clear it in. Johnson behind his net for the North Stars. His pass at center ice for Gavin. Here's Gavin into the Blues zone. On left wing. Shoots it in behind the goal. Riendo there, but he's checked. But Oates picks it up for the Blues. Gives it away to Gavin. Gavin in the slot. Back to Johnson, a shot. That's blocked by Lowry. Up to Hall at center as a break. Here's Hall in alone, a shot. Hayward a save on a partial break by Hall. And then Lowry gets involved with Wilkinson, who I believe slashed Hall. And there was a penalty called on the play.
It was a delayed call by Ron Hogarth. Lowry, just as the whistle went, threw a good body check along the boards. Brett Hull on the breakaway. Puck is thrown out by Lowry into the middle. Hull breaks through the middle, and he is just ahead of Wilkinson on the play. Cuts back on his forehand, trying to go back high over the stick of Hayward. Hayward gets the save. Good play by Dave Lowry here, too, reading the play. Thread the needle. Hull comes in all alone right from the blue line. Slashing call on the play. Hull uses his body very well on this play to cut back across. Just did not get it as high as he'd like. Wilkinson takes the slashing call, and after that, Lowry comes in and gives him a good check. We have penalties. Both Lowry and Wilkinson go to the penalty box. It's in the original 4 slashing. I believe Lowry gets roughing along with Wilkinson, so the extra minor goes to the North Stars. Blues will go on their first power play on the season series. They're 5 for 24 against the North Stars. Just under 21% of the time they get a goal. Blues will look towards Brett Hull with his league-leading 85 goals, league-leading 29 power play goals. Lead Brindamore and Quinn are up front. Adam Oates and Jeff Brown on the points.
Blues power play against the North Stars, 5 of 24 this year, 20.8%. Now the Blues clear it in near corner. Brindamore for Quinn, back to Oates. Across to Jeff Brown. Back for Oates on the right point. Now to Brown again. To Oates. Right wing for Quinn. To Oates. Left wing side for Jeff Brown. Brown back on the point. Doesn't shoot it. Now to Hull on left wing. Right point to Oates. For Brown, a one-timer. Blocked by Bellows. He tried to clear it away. Held in. Here's Rod Brindamore. In on left wing. A shot. Saved by Hayward. Puck loose. Hull a wraparound. Another save by Hayward. Now back on the right point. Brown. To Quinn. Left point to Oates. Over to Brown on this Blues power play to Hull. A shot, and that's tipped high to the corner. And Tenorti gets it for Neil Broughton. And he clears it down the ice. Exactly a minute left in the Blues man advantage. They trail 1-0. A minute 45 to go in the period. Blues back to center. Gino Cavallini comes in on left wing. Checked by Tenorti. And he clears at the length of the ice. Riendo will play the puck in behind the net for Jeff Brown. Far corner for Oates. Here's Oates in front of his own net. Oates gets to center. Up to Paul Cavallini, comes in on right wing. Shoots it behind the goal. Johnson there for the North Stars, up to Gavin. He'll clear it ahead to Bureau with Johnson, 2-on-1. Bureau to Johnson. Right in front, a shot. And Paul Cavallini blocked that. And the Blues control. Oates up on left wing to Gino Cavallini. Checked to center by Chambers. He can't work in. A minute to go in the period. Now Oates lost it. Dropped back to the North Stars. Long shot. Glove save Riendo. And Dolan, who was serving the Miners, back on. So the Stars are back at full strength. Blues down by a goal. Marois behind the Blues net. Far side to Paul Cavallini. That's center ice to Marois to Ron Wilson across the line. Here's Wilson on left wing. He was checked. And Madonna plays it back to his own line for Dahlquist. There's Dahlquist ahead. Bruce is on him, but the North Stars work it to Madonna on right wing. Back to Dahlquist. Long shot, a blocker save, Riendo. And the rebound cleared by Butcher at center ice for Kimball. Kimball a long drive. And that's gloved down by Hayward, cleared to the corner. Ron Wilson centers it. It's blocked. And the puck fed back to center, and that'll do it. The period comes to an end. So the North Stars get the only goal by Bellows, unassisted, at 5:15. Coming up, Bruce Affleck will talk to veteran defenseman Harold Snepps. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Well, here's the second period, and here's John Kelly.
Okay, Bruce, the Blues go from our right to left here in period 2, and they trail 1-0. Now the North Stars clear it in. Brown knocked it down with a high stick. So the faceoff will be to the right of Riendo.
Now it's the second period, Blues fans. Time to head for the mountains and round up a round of that refreshingly smooth, ice-cold Busch beer. But hurry back. Blues trail 1-0. Hopefully this second period will be like last night's, where the Blues stormed out and took a 4-1 lead last night. They were outdueled 1-0 in the first period, but came back strong in the second period. Face-off inside the Blues zone.
Oates out there with Lowry and Hall. As the Blues control, here's Jeff Brown weaving his way to center. Now he circles back in the zone for Stevens. Up to Lowry on left wing. Lowry gets ahead into the North Star zone. Lowry puts it right in front off a leg. And Broughton back the other way. Has good speed. 2-on-1 across the line. Broughton right in. A shot. Glove save, Riendo on Broughton as he raced in on left wing.
Well, Neil Broughton has had a number of opportunities tonight, and another one here, 2-on-1. He looks to pass, but he shoots. Going top glove side, but Riendo makes a great save. Last time Broughton came down, he was on the backhand. This all happened after Brett Hull was pulled down trying to back check. Allowed the 2-on-1. Broughton just a little snapshot on right top shelf. Great save by Vincent Riendo. Only lost 7 games in his last 40. That time stopping Broughton, looking for his 14th goal of the season. Neil Broughton has had a couple of great opportunities here tonight, John. Mr. Riendo has been there to stop him each time.
If it weren't for Riendo, the Blues could be down by 2 or 3. As it is, it's 1-0 North Stars. Face-off right of Riendo. Smith on the draw against Quinn. A slow roller to Riendo. He turns it to the far corner. Butcher there for the Blues. Up the boards to Brindamore. Now for Butcher. Into the North Stars zone. Left wing to Bruce. Broken up. Bellows can't work in. Now at center, Bobby Smith there. He'll send it behind the Blues goal. Dan Quinn for the Blues. Up on left wing to Bruce. Left it for Paul Cavallini. Good pass to Quinn. Into the North Stars and Quinn a shot. And Hayward a save with his left shoulder. He wasn't sure where that went. It ended up in the seats behind the net, but Quinn surprised Hayward there.
Certainly did. We heard about Quinn's shot. We saw it here. He just stopped right on the dime, let it go, going high glove side also. This is where Broughton tried to go on Riendo. And Hayward gets a piece of it and puts it into the stands. Quinn on 59 points on the season. 21 goals, 38 assists. coming in that trade with Garth Butcher. A lot of talk about that trade. I guess the trade's supposed to be good for both clubs. Momesso, Courtnall, and Ronning have added some scoring to Vancouver, and they made the playoffs, and Butcher and Quinn have helped the Blues.
That's the way deals are supposed to work. 1-0 for the North Stars. 90 seconds into the second period. Now the North Stars behind their net. Wilkinson a pass up the boards. It's tipped to center, picked up by Chambers. He comes in on left wing. Bad angle shot, blocker save Riendo. Chambers gets the rebound, another shot. And Paul Cavallini blocked that. And the Blues take over. Paul Cavallini on left wing. At center ice to Bruce for Quinn. In on right wing to Brind'Amour, back to Quinn. In the slot, a shot. Hayward kicked it away. And the puck cleared to center ice. Featherstone golfs it right back in. And the North Stars, Wilkinson behind his net. Up the middle to Smith. Long pass across two lines for Prop. And that draws a whistle, a two-line offside pass.
Well, happy 21st birthday to Scott Gilbert. Hopefully we can celebrate it with a Blues victory here tonight. Blues need to win. Chicago needs to lose. The Blues will be first overall. They're guaranteed of at least second. As Los Angeles lost earlier today. Blues win tonight, they'll go a point ahead of Chicago. Chicago plays a little later at home against the Detroit Red Wings, as Brian Sutter and his team, I'm sure, will sit around and watch that game until its conclusion.
Now the Blues, who trail by a goal, clear it in. Sutter on right wing. Into the corner for Bassett in front, but no one there. And Prop back for the Stars. To Modano. Now to Gagne. Into the Blues end, but Stevens there to check him. And the Blues captain, a pass to Sutter. He'll tip it in. Jim Johnson back for the North Stars. Double teamed in there by Bassett and Mahar. The puck cleared away though. Here's Prop at center. Into the blue zone in front. Sutter got back, knocked it away. And Rich Sutter plays it off the boards to center. Now Prop scoops it up high into the Blues end. Jeff Brown gloves it down, and here he comes. Brown to center, long shot. Blocker saved by Hayward. And now behind the play, we have a whistle, and I'm not really sure why. Maybe too many men on the ice.
I think you're right, John, as Broughton tried to get back to the bench. The fans saw it right away and were yelling. Hogarth is going to call a penalty. The Blues trail at 1-0 with just over 17 minutes remaining in the second period. This is St. Louis Blues hockey. The call is for too many men on the ice, so the North Stars will be a man short for the next 2 minutes. Penalty comes at 2:58 of the second period. Blues 0 for 1 on the power play tonight against the North Stars, and this will be a great time to get on the scoreboard as they are trailing 1-0. Faceoff will be in the North Star zone to the right of Brian Hayward.
Quinn, Hull, and Brind'Amour up front. Oates and Brown, the point men. Stars lead 1-0. Broughton on the draw here against Quinn. A pair of number 7s. Blues get it back to Brown. Right point for Oates. A shot. Glove saved by Hayward. And he decides to hang on.
Now Adam Oates elects to shoot from the faceoff. He gets it up high. Good job on the faceoff to get it back to Brown, who's shoveled it over to Oates. Let go the shot. Hayward had to stretch. It may have been a little wide anyways. Well, another faceoff in the North Star zone. Originally, I thought that puck was a little higher, but it was midway up the net. And Hayward held on.
Face-off left of Hayward. The North Stars Broughton gets the draw, and it's cleared down the ice. Craig is after it. He and Oates into the corner. Now in comes Quinn. He bumps Craig, and the Blues get the puck. Brind'Amour in front of his net to Brown. Up on right wing for Quinn. He gets to center, now to Oates. He'll carry across the line, drop pass to Hull, back to Oates, cuts in to Brind'Amour, and he shot wide of an open side. Now back to Brown. A shot, and that's tipped by Brind'Amour up over the glass. As the Blues had 2 great chances, both by Brind'Amour.
I believe Broughton got a piece of Brind'Amour just as he was going to shoot it. Great play here by Oates and Hull. Oates drops it for Hull at the blue line. Oates goes to the boards and goes in, and Hull finds him. Everybody goes to Oates, and he feeds Brind'Amour just as he goes to shoot. Broughton gets a piece of him. Brind'Amour puts it about 10 feet wide. Great three-way passing play here. Hull to Oates. Oates to Brendamore. Brendamore just being pulled down. A good job by Neil Broughton. He's had a great opportunity, but cannot connect. Face-off out in the neutral zone with 1:20 left on the bench minor to the North Stars.
Blues trail 1-0 as Jeff Brown drives it in. There's Quinn on right wing in the North Stars end. Quinn, side of the goal for Brendamore, back to Quinn. Good pass to Hull in front, he can't shoot it. Now Hull on left wing. For Quinn, a one-timer, and Hayward a save. On the low drive by Quinn. Here's Quinn behind the goal. Far side to Brendamore, back to Oates. Across for Brown. Back to Oates again. Oates to Brown on the left point. Pass to Brendamore on right wing. For Oates. Now to Brown, a shot. Hit the side of the North Star goal. Held in by Brown, but now Chambers gets it. And he'll clear it around the boards, and it gets to center. 35 seconds left in the power play. There's Quinn near the line. Shoots it in behind the goal. Chambers back there. Around the boards it goes, and Jeff Brown can't keep it in. Oates back near his own line for Brown. Brown left wing to Gino Cavallini. Then across the line, he'll clear it in behind the net. Far corner, Hull is there. Gets it behind the goal. Now it comes in front. Gino Cavallini lost it. Oates kept it in. Centers it, but no one there. And Gavin clears it away. Dolan back on. He was serving the bench minor. And the North Stars are at full strength. They lead 1-0. 5 minutes into this second period. Now the Blues come to center. Gino Cavallini on left wing. He'll clear it in. And Wilkinson for the North Stars behind his goal around the boards. Now up on left wing to Bellows. Off the boards for Broughton, too far. It goes behind the Blues. Goal picked up by Stevens. And Gino Cavallini touches it. And it goes to center. Played back in. Here's Paul Cavallini behind the Blues goal. He was tripped up. Gets it to Hull on right wing. And Hull will take it behind the net. Now he clears it ahead for Gino Cavallini at center. He lost it. And the puck played back into the Blues zone again. Stevens has it. That's center ice for Wilson. On Wilson. Made a pass. Knocked down Wilson again. Into Kimball on right wing. Can't feed it by Johnson. And Gagne races into the Blues zone. Broken up by Paul Cavallini. And Wilson at center. Shoots it in. Bruce after it. Here's Bruce behind the goal. Tried to center, he did, but Modano there to knock it away. Modano a pass for Gagne on left wing. Off the boards. Broken up at center by Paul Cavallini. Cleared back in. Kimball off the boards to Bruce. A shot! And that's blocked by the North Star player, Glynn. And Modano out to center. Into the Blues zone. In the slot to Gagne. Right wing to Tenorti. He works in the corner for Modano. Centers it off a skate. And Featherstone clears it back to center ice. North Stars lead 1-0. 13-10 left in the second period. A long shot. Riendo handles that. And Featherstone behind the Blues goal. Here's Featherstone. Looks up ice. Right wing to Marois. Marois gets to center. Shoots it in. Bassett in after it on left wing. Gets it to the corner. Sutter behind the goal. Centers it. Bureau there to knock it away. And Churla can't clear it. Here's Sutter for the Blues on right wing. Knocked down by Tenorti. Sutter kept it in. Dahlquist behind his goal. Now for Tenorti. Sutter on him again. Blues doing some better forechecking here. Now Quinn gets it behind the goal. He can't center it. Churla bumped by Bassett. Puck cleared by Stevens. And over the glass, and Churla and Bassett get involved. In comes Stevens. And Bruce, you could see that coming a mile away.
Certainly could. A great job by this line of Quinn, Sutter, and Bassett. Some great forechecking. Sutter must have thrown at least 3 checks himself and Tenorti. And Bassett came in and threw a good shoulder check on Churla. And Churla tried to push and shove his way against Bassett. Sutter stepped in. Stevens also will have penalties with 12:17 remaining in the second period. Blues trailing 1-0. This is St. Louis Blues hockey. Now we have penalties to both teams. Churla is in the box for the North Stars. Sutter and Basson, both for the Blues. Churley gets 4 minutes, I believe, for roughing. Sutter and Basson, minor each, so the teams will be at full strength. All coming about at 7:43 of the second period. Now remember, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Budweiser. Blues trail it 1-0. Face off in the neutral zone.
The only goal by Bellows. That was at 5:15 of the first period. Now the Blues clear it in. Loose puck. Oates gets it left point to Stevens. A shot. Save. Rebound. Oates is there. Hayward stopped that. And a penalty called on the North Stars for hooking. And the Blues will get another power play. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Brian Propp gets the hook. He gets a hooking penalty, a 2-minute minor. North Stars will be a man short. Stevens takes the shot. The rebound's going to come out in front. Hall's going to try and get a piece of it, but he's hooked by Propp and pulled down. Oates does get a shot, but Hayward way out of his net to cut down the angle, makes the save. Propp gets caught for the hooking call at 7:59 of the second.
Blues on their third power play, but the North Stars off the face-off clear it back to center. Here's Brown at his own line, up for Oates on right wing. Across to Brindamore. He missed it, and the puck cleared in deep. Brown back for the Blues. Left it for Dan Quinn. Now up on left wing to Brindamore at center ice. Across to Brown. Brown to the North Star line, shoots it in. Hooked back to center by Bellows. Here's Oates at the blue line. Now on left wing to Hull. Rink wide feed, picked up by Oates. Centers to Brindamore, and he tipped it just wide. Now on the rebound, Quinn behind the goal to Hull. Hull on left wing for the Blues. On the power play into Quinn to Brindamore in front, and he missed the pass. And it's shot down the ice by Neil Broughton. Now a minute left in the power play. Blues make a bad pass. It comes to center. Tenorti shoots it in. Here's Jeff Brown for the Blues. In his own zone for Stevens. And the Blues captain gets to center. Up for Oates. And across the line to Gino Cavallini. He comes in on left wing. Bumped in the corner by Dahlquist. Puck loose there. Hall gets it. For Oates. Back on the point to Brown. Right wing for Oates. Into the corner for Gino Cavallini. Can't center. And it's cleared away. Now 30 seconds left in the Blues power play. 10:25 left second period. And the North Stars lead 1-0. Here comes Stevens now to center ice. Right wing for Paul Cavallini across the line. Good pass to brother Gino. He puts it wide. Now Oates back there. Gave it away to Tenorti. And he'll ice the puck. And Propp getting ready to come back on. Here's Paul Cavallini. Ahead to Hall. He's in alone. A shot. He scores! Brett Hall, number 86. And it's 1-1.
Brett Hall ties it up. Just as the North Star player came on the ice, a good pass from Paul Cavallini. Ball comes across the blue line and shoots from the top of the circle, lets it go. Hayward gets a piece of it. It's just too much of it. It goes between his pads. And Hall gets goal number 86 on the season. To tie this game up, and listen to this crowd. They know Brett Hall has just become second person to get over 85 goals. Only Wayne Gretzky has had more goals in a single season. He's done it twice. And Brett Hall gets goal number 86. Great pass from Paul Cavallini. Let Hall come in to take the shot. He just winds up with a big slap shot. They said Hayward gets a piece of it. It goes through his pads and into the net. Paul Cavallini and Riendo get the assists. Listen to this crowd. Standing ovation for Brett Hall.
I think the North Stars took a timeout after that goal. Riendo gets an assist, but Hall gets number 86. Only Gretzky has scored more goals in a year.
What else can you say about Brett Hall? The other night he had an opportunity to get goal number 86 on the open net, and he elected to pass to Tom Tilley, but he gets it tonight.
Brett said, I don't want to get him the cheap way into the empty net. He earns all his goals. Now it's 1-1. Here's Dahlin behind the Blues goal. Centers it, no one there. Right point. Wilkinson kept it in to Smith. Bobby Smith puts it in front. Riendo grabs it. And he decides to hang on. It's 1-1 thanks to Hall's 86th of the year. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Now, John, even though the Blues hold a record of 4 wins, 1 loss, and 2 goals in the series against, 4 wins, 1 loss, and 2 ties against the North Stars, the series has really been a lot closer than that. 3 one-goal games. Goals for and goals against. It's only 1 goal separating them. This game has been a tight one here, a 1-1 battle with 9:40 remaining in the second period.
Well, the Stars have also played the Hawks tough. They are 2-5-1 against Chicago, but again, they've lost 3 games by 1 goal to that team.
It certainly makes a difference, but you've got to be able to win those 1-goal games. The North Stars have not been able to do that this year.
North Stars get the draw. Dahlquist, right pointer shot blocked. Paul Cavallini there, gets it near the line, kept in by Bellows to Dahlquist. That shot sails high. Now Dahlin on left wing. In the slot for Bellows. That's poked away. Far corner, Ron Wilson picks it up. Up for Kimball. Now behind the plate, Dahlin and Butcher push. Dahlin not much of a fighter. A former Ranger first rounder. And he and Butcher exchange words. Dahlin, a native of Sweden, now in his 4th year in the National Hockey League.
Well, John, he may have trouble finding the penalty box. He's only got 4 minutes this year. Now the Blues and the North Stars are tied at 1. Just under 10 left in the second period. This is St. Louis Blues hockey. Now the Blues need to ride to the excitement of Brett Hall's goal to get another one and get the lead here. Hall's goal coming at 10:01. This crowd giving him a standing ovation for goal number 86. Paul Cavallini and Riendo getting the assists on the goal. We're going to have a face-off in the neutral zone as both teams make some changes.
Single minors to Butcher for roughing and Dahlin for slashing at 10:43. Teams remain at full strength. It's 1-1. North Stars to center. Smith a long shot. Riendo kicks it to the far corner. Now comes in front. Bobby Smith there. Can't handle it. Goes cleared around the boards and Kimball pokes it by Tenorti. Then it comes to center. Shot back in by Dahlquist. Then Paul Cavallini behind the Blues goal. His right wing feed to Marois. Back for Cavallini. That's center ice to Kimball. In across the line. Kimball lost it to Tenorti. Puck kept in by Quinn. Quinn centers it. But Dahlquist there to knock it away. And Dahlquist picked up this year in a trade from Pittsburgh. Long shot, a glove save by Riendo. A pass on right wing for Kimball. He got his first goal in a Blues uniform last night. Into Mahar on right wing. Into Kimball. Bad angle shot. Save, rebound. Basson is there. Another shot. And that's turned aside by Hayward. Now Mahar to Bassett. Wrist shot. And that's blocked in front. And the North Stars start back. Smith at center, lost it. Here's Brown to Sutter. He's got a break. Sutter a shot. Hayward a save. And it was offside anyhow. At the North Star line, I believe. Hayward made the save, and now Wilkinson and Sutter have words.
John, the linesman, Mark Perry, has come on over to Ron Hogarth and said something. Kimball was not quite off the ice when Sutter stepped on. I don't know if we may have a penalty here. Kimball had the opportunity, took the shot. Basson does a good job to keep control of the puck. He throws it back. Hayward makes the save. Ryan Hayward has had some great saves here. He was out shooting the North Stars 12-5 this period. The Blues do get charged with too many men on the ice. Gino Cavallini will serve the penalty. Rich Sutter cheated a little bit. That allowed him to get the breakaway on the play. He just got off the bench a little too soon. I don't know if we can see it on a replay. Sutter gets it just outside the blue line, and Kimball is not yet off the ice.
And Sutter was on the ice by at least 10 feet.
No question about it. A good call by the linesman, Mark Pare.
North Stars 0 for 3 in the power play this evening. It's 1-1. 8 minutes to go in the second period. Now the Stars at center. Gagne on right wing. Pass to center for Modano. They'll shoot it behind the net. Riendo flips it up the boards. And it goes over Modano, sticking Lowry. He's got a break. Lowry in on right wing. Works in. Knocked down. Now the Blues get the puck, but the goal knocked loose. And the North Stars will get a penalty here. There's that Dave Lowry with that great speed, and it causes a penalty.
Now Dave does a good job. He goes to the point. The puck hops over Modano's stick. Lowry with the burst of speed goes around Modano. He had to hook him and pull him down. Good play by Dave Lowry. He saw Ron Wilson coming up on the play too. Nothing could be done. So that nullifies the North Stars power play. The Blues will have a 25-second power play at the end of the Gino Cavallini's minor. He's serving the bench minor for too many men. Modano goes off for tripping. Teams will play at 4 aside for a minute and 35.
Also, hello tonight to Mary Boyle, who is watching the game in Barnes Hospital. We wish Mary a speedy recovery and hope that she has a very happy Easter, along with all the other Blues fans.
Well, we do indeed. 7:36 remains in the second period. 4-on-4, face-off in the North Star zone.
It's 1-1, North Stars control. And it's poked ahead, kept in by Lowry. Here's Ron Wilson on left wing. Can't shoot the puck. And back to center is Bellows. Bellows flips it in. And Brown behind the Blues goal. Near corner for Stevens. Now back to Brown. He left it for Stevens. Each team with 4 skaters. Here's a pass to Lowry at center ice. With 19 goals this year, Lowry in on right wing. And it knocked away and the puck rolls to center. Stevens for Brown on the right wing side. Pass to Ron Wilson. Into Hall, fakes the shot. Now works in. Hall far corner. Back to Jeff Brown. Brown whips it wide. Puck off the boards. Brown gets it again. Into Oates, a shot, and a save by Hayward. And play goes on. What a tip and try by Oates. And Hayward came up large. Chambers for the North Stars. He shoots it back to center. Brown at his own line. Gives it right to Glenn at his own line for the North Stars. Back in deep for Chambers. Over to Glenn on left wing. He lost it. Here's Jeff Brown. Right point can't hold it in. The puck shot down the ice. The Blues go back. Riendo plays it so there's no icing. Now Gagne there to steal. Into Broughton behind the goal. In front to Gagne. And he put it wide. Now Gagne a wraparound try, but Riendo knocked it away. And then Gagne slashed Paul Cavallini. Here come the Blues. Oates to Quinn on left wing. Quinn in the corner. Now to Oates, back on the point. Delayed call. Here's Rod Brindamore on right wing. Over to Paul Cavallini. Centers to Hall, to Brown. A shot, and he put it wide and high. Blues have their goalie pulled, and now the North Stars get it. And a slashing call on Gagne, and the Blues will get a power play. It's 1-1. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Dave Gagne takes the slash. Paul Cavallini had him tied up in front of the net. Gagne trying to get away, just turns around and slashes Paul Cavallini. Plays behind the net. Brown's starting to come out. That's when Gagne comes around with the slash on Paul Cavallini. The Blues go right back on the power play. They had a brief 25-second power play. Blues 0 for 4 on the power play tonight. Use the goal. It's all tied up at 1 apiece. Gagne mentioned what a tip by Adam Oates on that Jeff Brown play. Incredible how he just kind of Dips him through the crease. A little behind him, but he's still got a piece of it. And a good shot on Hayward, but Hayward has played a very good game tonight.
1-1 to score. Face off right of Hayward. Blues get the draw back, but it's tipped to center. And Oates at his own line. Beats Broughton to it. And Dan Quinn back in the blue zone. For Oates. They'll set it up deep. Now on right wing to Quinn. Gets to center for Hull. Too far. Hayward will play it. And he'll clear it back to center. Oates has it there. To Quinn. He lost it. And Broughton shovels it in. Oates and Brown, the point men on the power play. Here's Oates back to center. Up to Brown on right wing. Carries across the line. Shoots it wide. Brindamore fell down. And the North Stars clear it down the ice. A minute 15 to go on the Blues power play. No Blues player back there. Now Riendo plays it to the near corner for Oates. For Brown, he kicked the puck in front. Bureau there for the North Stars. At his own line for Chambers. And he'll clear it back in. Now Scott Stevens for the Blues. Up on right wing to Brown at center ice for Oates. He comes in on left wing. Oates sets up on the power play. Back on the point for Stevens. Across for Brown. Left wing to Oates. To Stevens. Now to Brown right point. Behind the goal, Hull is there. For Oates near corner. Back to Hull. Hull can't center it. Back on the point, but no one there. Then it goes down the ice. Half a minute left in the Blues power play. Brown to center. Up to Oates. But they rule that's offside.
Now this game brought to you by your local McDonald's restaurants. There's always food, folks, and fun. Now, John, you and I have talked about this. You know, on the power play, when the puck is in the blue zone, Brent Hull stands at the opposition blue line. You can't take a pass from the blue zone. It's a two-line pass. It's almost like it's 4-on-4 inside the blue zone. Blues seem to struggle sometimes in their own zone that way. They're still on the power play for another 24 seconds. 3:50 remaining in the second period. Oates and Hull up front. Bring out Dave Lowry on the left side. Paul Cavallini and Scott Stevens on the points.
It's 1-1. Bellows for the North Stars. Hull for the Blues. As the Blues, Stevens tips it in. Lowry in after it. Dahlquist gets to it though. Can't clear it by Stevens on the left point. Now to Oates on the boards. Oates on left wing. Looks in front, back for Stevens. Now for Oates again. He missed it. Dahlquist can't clear it by Oates. Back for Stevens. Into Paul Cavallini, but Gagne back on, knocked it away. And Broughton races back to center. Broughton, look out. He missed a check from Stevens. Tenorti gets it. In behind the goal. Can't center it. Now right point. Jim Johnson, a shot. And Stevens blocked that. Bellows left point kept it in. But Oates in deep stole it. With 3 minutes left in the second period, it's 1-1. Oates to center. Here's Oates, a pass, knocked down by Prop. He comes back in 3-on-2. To Gagne in the slot. A shot! And look out, that hits Stevens. Up high, and he goes down. And Blues trainer Mike Foga out to attend to Scott Stevens.
John, I heard it hit the helmet. I heard that noise. You can tell that for sure. And Scott Stevens up on one knee. Trainer Mike Foga's out looking after him. And Scott Stevens blocked so many shots, and you wonder if he doesn't get hit more often. So he was talking to Mike Folga. Stevens just back after serving a 2-game suspension. He missed the last 2 games. Holding his left side. Well, the Blues and the North Stars all tied up at 1. 2:46 remaining in the second. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
1-1 to score. 2:35 left in the second period. The Blues butcher up on right wing for Sutter. Plays it off the boards to the Minnesota line. Now Prop on left wing. Long dump in wide. Paul Cavallini for the Blues in behind his net. Here's Cavallini looking ahead. A right wing feed to Sutter. Gets to center. For Mahar. Tips it in on right wing. Knocked down by Wilkinson. And Neil Wilkinson takes over in behind his net. His pass, tipped by Sutter. It goes to Johnson. Up on right wing for Bureau. Long pass to Madonna now for Johnson. Left it for Madonna. Long shot. And Featherstone blocked that. And it goes into the second row of arena circle seats. Another big crowd tonight. A sellout. And so far they've been treated to a very entertaining game.
I'd obviously like to see the Blues with one more goal. They're all tied up at one apiece. Bellows in the first. Hall in the second. Now Scott Stevens gets hit in the helmet by Gagne. Gagne slides across the top of the slot. Stevens is going to go down on the play. Gagne's going to go high. Stevens' head is turned a little to his right, fortunately. But Scott Stevens seems to be okay. He's on the bench, getting up on his own, but always a dangerous moment, and everybody holds their breath.
1-1 the score. The Blues to center. 1:45 to go in the second period. Blues cleared in behind the goal. Chambers gets it. Left it near side for Shane Churla. He scoops it high to center. Mario Marois knocked it down, and he whacks it right back in. There's Johnson behind his goal. Up the boards. Churla can't clear it. Now Bureau there to shoot it down the ice. Mario Marois for the Blues back first. In front of his own goal, knocked down, but he gets it to the far side for Quinn. And Brind'Amour tips it back to center. Here's Chambers in his own line for Glenn. Glenn on right wing, a long dump in. Around the boards it goes, far side, Mario Marois there. Up to Bruce, tips it back to center, a minute to go in the period. Now Quinn to Brind'Amour. Then across the line for Featherstone on right wing. His pass off the boards, knocked down. And the North Stars feed it down the ice. Brown is back. No icing here. Under a minute to go in the second. It's 1-1. Brown behind his goal. Left wing for Stevens. Gets to center. Now to Oates. In across the line. Here's Oates on right wing. Belted to the boards. Gets it behind the goal for Lowry. Near corner for Brett Hull. Hull trying to work in front. Now to Oates. Oates to Hull in traffic, and Gavin checked him. And Gavin on left wing. It's the St. Louis line. Stevens knocked it down. Ahead to Hull, 5 seconds left. Hull beats one man, lost it. Puck now to Stevens, into Oates. A tip in, and Hayward a save. Right at the buzzer. But the Blues get the only goal in the second by Brett Hull, his 86th of the year. It's 1-1 after 2. Coming up, Bruce Affleck will talk to North Star winger Mike Modano. This is St. Louis Blues hockey. And the Blues have to retreat. 3 minutes into the third period. The Blues lead 2-1. Now Bassett a check on Gagne. Mahar to Marois right wing. At center ice, here's Mahar getting a loose puck across the line to Sutter right in, a shot, and he put it wide. Now left point Featherstone. That shot is just wide on the short side. And Brian Propp on left wing. Long drive, glove save by Riendo. And the Blues control. Marois tips it ahead. North Stars control. Dahlquist a pass to Craig, but it's offside at the St. Louis line. The Blues lead 2-1. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Dan Quinn's power play goal has given the Blues a 2-1 lead in Chicago. Doug Wilson has given the Chicago Blackhawks a 1-0 lead in that game in the first period.
16:19 left in regulation time. Blues lead by 1. North Stars set up in their own end. Mark Tenorti behind the net. Far side for Dahlquist. Back to Tenorti, held in by Hall. Back to Brown. A shot. That's off a leg and back outside the line. Stevens back to the St. Louis line for Jeff Brown. Up the middle to Oates. Good pass for Lowry. Lowry in on left wing. His pass knocked away by Bureau. Now for Duchesne at center. In on left wing. To Bureau. Back to Duchesne near the line. Lowry there, stole it. Pass to Hull. Off his skate, or he might have had a breakaway. And the puck cleared away. Here's Jeff Brown for the Blues. He shoots it in. And Hayward sets it up behind the goal for Glynn. His pass to center. Taken over there by the Blues. Paul Cavallini, right wing to Butcher. Butcher in front of the Blues bench. Now Madonna steals it. Pass in, but Paul Cavallini blocked it. And Oates gets it for St. Louis. Oates back. Into the North Star zone on left wing to Kimball. Backhander! And Hayward a save on Darren Kimball. And a pretty good chance there for Kimball.
Oates led the rush coming down the left side, faking he was going to go outside. Came inside. Kimball came in and took the loose puck. Shoveled a backhand at Hayward. Hayward holds on for another faceoff. A good rush by Adam Oates here. Watch the move he makes. Pretending he's going to go to the outside. The defenseman commits. Oates comes back inside, but the defenseman gets a hold of Oates, and that's when Kimball comes across. Takes the backhand at Brian Hayward. Brian Hayward, though two have gotten past him, has played very well, stopping 25 of 27 Blues shots.
Face off left of Hayward. Blues ahead 2-1. North Stars to center. Bellows on left wing. His long shot blocked by Butcher. And Butcher behind his own goal. On left wing for Bassett. Gets it ahead to Wilson. 2-on-2 through center. Now for Kimball. In on right wing. Centers it. And it's just out of the reach of Wilson. Madonna back to Smith. Back for Madonna, but the Blues, Garth Butcher right there. He takes over near corner. Up on right wing for Kimball. Kimball in traffic. Gets it near the line. Now he gets it back again. And here's Kimball to center ice for Wilson. Into the zone, left wing to Paul Cavallini. A shot! And that was just wide. Brother Gino Cavallini trying to hold it in, but it's outside the line. And it's offside. The Blues lead 2-1. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Now the third annual Dan Kelly Memorial Golf Tournament for the benefit of the American Cancer Society. It will be July 15th at Norwood Hills. Sponsored by Budweiser, Dean Witter, and Holton Patterson. Call 567-9730 for more information.
Blues lead 2-1. 14 minutes left, third period. Blues clear it in. Gino Cavallini on left wing. Centers, but Gagne there for Tenorti. Long pass behind Churla. It goes down the ice. And Marois there for the Blues. Gets it near the line. Kept in by Dahlquist. A shot block. Gagne gets the rebound. Backhander. And Riendo a save on a backhander by Gagne. And now the North Stars up and Gino Cavallini. And I believe another penalty has been called against the Stars. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Blues 1 for 6 in the power play. Will get another opportunity here as Gagne pulls down Gino Cavallini and gets a tripping minor. Blues go-ahead goal came on the power play. Dan Quinn getting his 22nd goal of the season. Blues lead it 2-1 with 13:33 remaining in regulation time. You mentioned, John, Dan Quinn has gotten 4 goals since becoming a Blue. All 4 on the power play, and that was one of the reasons they got him, was to improve the power play.
If he scores a power play goal every night, the Blues would love him.
They certainly would.
Now the Blues to center. Quinn, right wing for Oates. He'll shoot it in. Far corner. Dan Quinn there for Brindamore. Behind the goal. Now for Hull. Wrap around in front, and Hayward watched it go right through the goal crease. North Stars can't clear it on 2 opportunities. Now on the third, Bureau does. Feed it back to center. Oates at his own line for the Blues. They lead 2-1. Here's Oates on right wing for Jeff Brown. Brown carries across that line, flips it in behind the goal. Hayward can't clear. Now Brindamore back there. He lost in the puck on the near side. Dan Quinn intercepts for the Blues to Brindamore. Now for Quinn, right point to Oates, tipped away by Gavin. Then Gavin ahead. In on left wing, Gavin a shot, and Brown got back and broke it up. Great play by Brown. Then Gavin shoots it wide. Now Broughton on right wing. Makes a move. Centers it, but Gino Cavallini tipped it away. Now Gino takes over in his own zone. 42 seconds left, and the Blues man advantage. Blues ahead 2-1, 12-12 left, third period. Now the Blues cleared in from center. Oates after it on right wing, kicks it in the corner. Cleared by the North Stars, back to center. And Stevens has it there for Paul Cavallini. Back for Stevens. In front of the Blues goal to Cavallini. Gets to center. Paul, the left wing, to brother Gino. His pass tipped away and cleared by Dahlquist down the ice. Then Paul Cavallini back for the Blues. He tries to skate to center. He does. North Stars penalty is over, as Johnson bumps Paul Cavallini as he clears it in deep. And the North Stars at full strength come to center. Smith, left wing to Chambers. Chambers centers it, but Scott Stevens knocked it away. At center for Bruce to Hall. That pass behind Brett Hull. He may have had a break. And Chambers at center ice. Gave it away. Ron Wilson gets it. At his own line for Marois. For Featherstone. Can't clear it in. Now Bellows for Minnesota. Works to center across the line. A shot. And a stick save by Riendo. Far corner. Dahlin. Taken to the boards by Featherstone. But Smith digs it free. Smith puts it in front. No one there. Left point Dahlquist. A shot. That's off a leg and wide. Kept in by Dahlin. Now behind the net for Bellows. Bellows centers, but Bruce knocked it away. And the Blues clear it back to center. 10:30 left in regulation time. The Blues lead 2-1. Now Tenorti back inside his own line. Pass across for Chris Dahlquist. His pass at center for Propp. He was checked as he tried to move in. And Rich Sutter back to center for Mahar. He was not flying. Clears it in though. North Stars play it back to the neutral zone. Flipped back in by Paul Cavallini. Near corner. North Stars Chambers ahead to Gagne at center ice to Churla. Knocked down by Mahar. Now a puck picked up by Sean Chambers. Up the middle to Gagne. Right wing to Churla. He gets it in, but Quinn shoots it back to center. Now a long drive from center by Chambers. Pad save Riendo. Blues can't clear. Chambers kept it in front. Gagne a shot. A weak one blocked by Brindamore. Left point Wilkinson is there. Into Propp, a backhander. That was knocked down in front. And Paul Cavallini gets it. Not out. But Brindamore steals it. And the Blues control. Brindamore up to Paul Cavallini on left wing. Carries to center. And shoots it in. Both teams want to change here. Now Brindamore after it on left wing. Can't find the puck. And it rolls back to center. Gino Cavallini tried to dump it in. Knocked down by Johnson. He'll feed it down the ice. Riendo plays it. Around the boards on right wing. For Kimball. Back of the goal now on left wing to Gino Cavallini at center ice to Ron Wilson. There's Wilson across the line to Jeff Brown. To Kimball, and he tipped it just wide. Oh, a great chance there for Kimball. Madonna back for Minnesota. To the Blues, line to Bellows. A shot! Saved by Riendo with his right pad. In behind the goal. Bellows in front, but Kimball knocked it away. That's center to Gino Cavallini. His shot as he came across the line is tipped high, and it goes into the crowd. The Blues lead 2-1. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
St. Louis Blues fans, when you've got a major thirst, don't just reach for a beer. Head for the mountains and the refreshingly smooth taste of Busch beer. 8:22 remain in regulation time. Blues lead at 2-1 on goals from Hull and Quinn. Brian Bellows getting the lone North Star goal. Blues being outshot in this period 5-2. Overall outshooting the North Stars 27-25. Still, they don't seem to be in their flow of what you would consider a good game, John.
Well, the Blues since the first period have really taken over. And they should be ahead by more.
Yeah, Brian Hayward has made some great saves. And Kimball had an opportunity just a little while ago on a great setup by Jeff Brown. Kimball just putting it wide. Blues not being able to connect.
Blues lead 2-1 in Chicago. The Hawks still lead 1-0 in the first over Detroit. Now the Blues play it down the ice. Hayward will set it up back there for Dahlquist. His pass up the middle for Craig, broken up by Oates. Held in there, Oates to Hall, a shot! Hayward a pad save. Big rebound. Lowry gets it for the Blues. Can't center it. Now Lowry steals. Lowry on right wing, left it in the corner. Tenorti there. His pass knocked down by Brett Hull, but finally picked up by Gagne. That's center for Prop, in right wing to Craig, a shot. That's wide on the short side, and it's off the boards and up over the boards and out of play. Well, the goal here in the third by Dan Quinn, the difference, and you'll want to read all about that goal and tonight's game in tomorrow's St. Louis Post-Dispatch. They've got great Blues coverage all year long and into the playoffs. For home delivery of the Post, call 622-7111. Let's pause 5 seconds for station identification. This is St. Louis Blues Hockey.
You're watching Blues Hockey on St. Louis 11.
Another good crowd on hand tonight, 17,344. Standing room only, another sellout. Finish the season off, and what a year it has been, and hopefully will continue long into the playoffs.
Here come the Blues again. Wilson across the line into the North Star zone. Puts it in front. Bruce tipped it to the corner. Now Bobby Smith there. Behind the goal for Chambers. Pass ahead. Paul Cavallini blocked that. And here's Smith again, deep in his own end. Dangerous pass to center. Whacked back in by Butcher. And Chambers behind his own goal. He's watched by Gino Cavallini. The Blues forechecking in the last 2 periods has been very good. That's center ice. Dahlin from Minnesota shoots it down the ice. There's Butcher back behind his net, around on right wing for Bruce. That's center ice to Wilson. Then across the line. Wilson on right wing works in behind the goal. Out the other side. Now Wilson back near the left point. Still has it. Lost it. Still after it though. Gets it behind the goal. Now he's knocked down by Chambers. Glenn feeds it ahead. Up for Gavin on left wing. And Gavin to center along. Drive. Stick save by Riendo. And Stevens for the Blues. Up on left wing to Bassett. Gets one to center. It hit the linesman. Now a loose puck. Mahar after it. Can't get to it. Puck at the Blues line. Here's Wilkinson on left wing. A shot blocked by Sutter. And Rick Sutter ahead. In across the line. Sutter on right wing. Pulls up. Now back to Stevens. Works in a drive. And it's wide, but the Blues run into the North Star goal, knocking it loose. Meanwhile, Wilkinson has been injured. The Blues lead 2-1. This is St. Louis Blues Hockey.
Well, Neil Wilkinson still down after taking that shot, I believe, from Scott Stevens. Looked after by the Minnesota trainer. Good play by Sutter to get Stevens the puck. Hayward is way out of the net to block the shot. Stevens takes the shot. It is wide. Wilkinson has a Blue tied up in front. He goes down. Still not really sure what happened or how it happened.
I think he took the shot on the leg because he is limping, favoring the right leg, Bruce, so he must have taken the shot on the leg. At times when you go down, you bend your knee and you leave part of your knee, normally the top part of your knee exposed, and Wilkinson might have taken the shot there.
He is definitely in some pain, but going to the North Stars bench with the aid of a trainer and another player. Now 5:57 remain in the third period. This broadcast is authorized by the St. Louis Blues Hockey Club solely for the entertainment of our viewing and listening audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the description and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the St. Louis Blues Hockey Club is prohibited. Blues leading 2-1. They want to win this game still 1-0 in Chicago over Detroit. That game in the first period. No other reports there yet.
Face off to the right of Hayward. North Stars get the draw, clear it down the ice. No icing here though as Stevens goes back. Now Stevens near corner, bumped by Broughton, puck loose. Mahar there. He gets it ahead, and the puck rolls down the ice. Johnson in his own zone for the North Stars. Now for Broughton. Back to Johnson, ahead to Madonna into the blue zone. And Brown got back and swept it away at the last second. Now Madonna behind the goal. Back on the right point, Johnson kept it in. But Stevens blocked it, and here comes Oates at center ice to Hull. By Gagne. Hull across the line with Lowry. To Lowry, a shot! And he fanned on it, and then he put the second rebound weakly on goal. Now Madonna back to center on left wing. Checked at the line by Stevens. Now at center ice, they fight for it. Lowry for the Blues. Lost it. Gagne flips it in on right wing for Prop. Backhander. Riendo, a save, rebound! And Mike Craig is stopped by Riendo on the rebound, and he holds on. Two good stops by Riendo. The Blues still lead by 1. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.
Opportunities at both ends. Hull to Lowry, and Lowry fans on the shot. Great opportunity, puts the rebound in. Hayward makes the save, but the North Stars come right back the other way. Riendo's called upon to make some big saves. In front, he makes the first save. Second one, Craig turns around to fire it, but throws it right in between the legs of Riendo, and he holds on for the faceoff.
2 on the Blues lead. 4:45 left, third period. Blues come to center. Here's Bruce. Get across the line around Chambers. Cuts in. Shot. Saved by Hayward. On Bruce, who showed good speed coming in on left wing.
Got good speed and pure guts cutting back to front of the net. It's a tough play as he goes around Chambers on the play. Cuts back in front of the net, and that's a place where you can really get some damage made. Good play by Bruce coming around, just not being able to get quite in front enough to get a good angle on Hayward. David Bruce called up 3 times during the course of the year. 1 goal, 2 assists for 3 points. Almost had a goal there. He showed his determination, that's for sure, John, because there's not many people who are willing to cut back in front of the net like that. You can certainly get creamed.
That is like a wide receiver taking a slant-in pass over the middle. You know the linebacker will kill you. Blues ahead by 1. 4:27 left, third period. North Stars attacking. Smith on right wing, long backhander wide. Gavin can't center it. Then Paul Cavallini behind the Blues goal. To Brindamore, tips one to center. Johnson there from Minnesota to Smith. He'll whack it back in. Paul Cavallini whacks it around the boards. And it's tipped away again. Here's Johnson for Gavin. Into Dolan on right wing. Held up in the Blues. Brindamore to Quinn. 3-on-2 across the line. Quinn on left wing. Centers it, but the 2 Blues went to the net and the puck was in the deep slot, and back come the Stars. Smith in on right wing for Chambers. To the corner. Behind the goal, but Quinn knocked it away. Around for Bruce, and he shoots it back to center. The Blues lead 2-1. In Chicago, it's 1-0 Hawks after 1. And now the North Stars are called for icing.
3:29 remaining in the third period. Well, have you visited the home of the world's largest brewer lately? Anheuser-Busch offers free tours of the brewery, including a visit with the famous Budweiser Clydesdales. For tour information, call 314-577-2626. Still 1-0 in Chicago at the end of the first. Doug Wilson with his 11th, and 4:24 is the difference in that game. There was speculation that Steve Yzerman, John, would not play tonight, but I understand he is in the lineup for Detroit. That's good news for Blues fans.
Face-off left of Brian Hayward. Game number 80. The Blues working on a 6-game winning streak, their longest of the year. Blues get the draw. Brown right point, a shot, and a blocker saved by Hayward. Sutter far corner. This bad angle drive block. Now Mahar out of the far corner. Looks in front. Left it for Sutter. Sutter behind the Stars goal. Tied up by Tenorti. Now Sutter trying to kick it free, but they hold it for a face-off. I mentioned the Blues' 6-game winning streak, the longest winning streak in the NHL this year. The Kings had 2 7-game winning streaks. So with a win tonight, the Blues would match the NHL high for winning streaks.
They certainly want to try and do that not only for the record, but keep things going, momentum going their way, going into the playoffs. Final game of the season. Here tonight, they could end on a 7-game winning streak.
Face off right of Hayward. Blues knock a man down. Basson in front, a shot! And he just missed the net after Basson. Cream Chambers behind the goal. Now Mahara backhander. That goes wide. Basson takes an elbow from Chambers. Penalty call, I believe, on Chambers. Sutter behind the goal. He's taken down. Then play called. And Chambers will go off.
Bob Basson did the right thing. He did not retaliate on the play. He came in and threw a good check at Chambers. Chambers is the one who tried to retaliate on the play. Penalty coming at 17-17 of the third period. Blues 1 for 7 on the power play. 2:43 remaining. Faceoff will be in the North Star zone. Blues put out Brett Hall, Brindamore, and Oates. Brown, Scott Stevens. Now the Bush play of the game. Brett Hall's 86th goal of the year. The big slap shot from just inside the top of the circle back at 10:01 of the second period, getting past Hayward. And brought the Blues back into the game and tied it up, and that's our Bush play of the game. Now Chambers takes the penalty. Blues can look at Brett Hall. Had his goal-scoring prowess this season. Continues to do it for the Blues. You go into a game and you know you're up 1-0 almost when you have Brett Hall in your lineup.
He has his 86th tonight. Well, a power play goal would just about put this one away. Blues get the draw, right point, Brown to Stevens, left wing to Hall, back to Brown now on the right point, right wing for Oates. Back to Brown across for Stevens. To Brown again, right wing for Oates. Back on the point to Brown. Return feed for Oates. Into the corner to Brindamore. Back to Oates again. Here's Oates to Hall, and he tipped it just wide from the edge of the crease. Stevens pinches in left point. Gets it behind the goal for Brindamore. Now for Oates, back on the point to Stevens. The Blues captain. Left wing side for Oates. Oates into Brindamore. Back for Oates again. Oates on left wing into Brindamore. In front to Brown. Right in. Doesn't shoot it. Back for Stevens. Over to Oates now on left wing. To Hall. And he can't walk in front. Kept in by Stevens. Right wing to Brown. Back to Stevens. Left wing side to Oates. A minute left in the power play. Here's Oates with it. Now to Hall. Into Brown. Tipped away. And the puck comes to center ice. Stevens shoots it back in over the glass.
I would have to think both units, the power play unit of the Blues and the North Stars penalty killers, very tired. Blues controlled the puck for a minute and 15 seconds in the North Stars zone. I don't know if the Blues got a shot away, really. Brett Hall tried to sneak out from behind the net one time. Blues will make a change. Send out Gino Cavallini for Rod Brindamore. Brindamore lost his helmet on that play. Blues will open up the playoffs Thursday here at the arena. Best of 7. Either against the Detroit Red Wings or the Minnesota North Stars. We won't know until that game in Chicago is finished tonight.
The Blues must win, and the Red Wings must beat Detroit for the Blues to finish first, and now the Blues are called for icing. The last time the Blues finished first in '87, they were knocked off in the first round in 3 straight games by the North Stars.
You certainly don't want to see that happen again, do we? They can't do it in 3 straight this time. It's the best of 7. Now you can sail with the Blues. Curtis Joseph, Rick Mahar, Jeff Brown, and yes, John Kelly. July 20th to 27th, the 7-day cruise on the Norwegian Cruise Line stops at St. Martin, St. John, St. Thomas, and NCL Pleasure Island. Call 895-1010 for more information. Face off in the Blues zone to the right of Curtis Joseph. Blues lead it 2-1. Here on the power play for 37 more seconds. I said Curtis Joseph. I meant Vincent Riendo.
Now the North Stars get the draw. Madonna right point, a shot tipped wide. And the Blues, Stevens, up to Oates, can't clear it. And it's knocked over the boards at the St. Louis line.
One thing that is nice, I'm sure the Blues are thinking of, is the 4-day rest coming up before the playoffs. You mentioned Game 1, April 4th this Thursday. Game 2, April 6th. It's coming Saturday, both at the arena. Call 434-6600. Charge your tickets. You can buy the arena box office, which is open daily from 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. And while you're shopping for a gift at the Blue Note Sports Shop, you can get your tickets there also.
Well, the Blues lead 2-1. 24 seconds left in the Blues power play. And now a minute left in regulation. Blues get the puck to center. Oates across the line, but it's offside. By the way, what are the playoff ticket possibilities for the first 2 games? What's the ticket situation?
Well, there's tickets available for both games. Game number 1, which is Thursday here at the arena, has more tickets left than game number 2. Tickets are $15 to $31. There are still tickets remaining, pairs for both games. Blues obviously would like to see everybody's support, see another sellout, the way it's gone this year. Game 1 and 2, Thursday and Saturday. Look at the scoreboard up there. It's still Chicago 1, Detroit nothing. That's all we're waiting for. If the Blues win this and Chicago loses, the North Stars might as well stay right here because they'll open up Thursday at the arena.
But they won't. They will charter home after the game, win or lose, and then return either to St. Louis or Chicago on Wednesday. Now 48 seconds left. The Blues in their own zone. Hayward goes off for an extra man. Blues get the puck to center. Sutter, an open net, a shot. That's wide. Tenorti back behind his own goal. Bumped by Bassett. Bassett now for Sutter on left wing. Left it behind the goal. 30 seconds left. The North Star goal empty. Stars try and clear it. Comes to center, Gagne. Right wing to Madonna. He'll flip it in. Riendo plays it. Up the right wing side, knocked down by Dahlin. In front, but Riendo watches it go wide. Now the Stars after it, far side. They center it, tipped away. Bassett gets it. Open goal. Bassett across the line. Shoots one, and it's blocked. Now another shot by Bassett blocked. And the game is over. And the Blues have won 2-1. And now it's up to the Blackhawks. They must win to finish it first. The Blues finish the regular season with a 7-game winning streak. 2-1 the final. And the Blues, you can tell, are exhausted, but another great performance by Vince Riendo in goal as he ends the year with a 6-game winning streak.
Well, a great season for the St. Louis Blues, John. Great job by Brett Hall, Adam Oates, Dave Lowry, Vince Riendo. These fans very appreciative. Game in and game out of the work ethic the Blues had, starting from Brian Sutter all the way down through his players. The trade, getting Garth Butcher, Dan Quinn, Aaron Kimball towards the end of the season. Ron Caron hopes that his puzzle is put together. Well, the Bush 3 stars tonight. Number 3 star, Brett Hull, had his 86th of the season and an assist. Number 2 star, Brian Hayward, the goaltender from the North Stars, stopping 26 of 28. And number 1, Vincent Riendo, stopping 30 of 31 shots. 27 of 28 shots, and Riendo gets the Bush first star. So Riendo, Hayward, and Hull are our Bush 3 stars. So the Blues end the year with a 7-game winning streak
as they beat the North Stars 2-1 in game number 80. And now it's on to the postseason. Who will it be, the North Stars or the Red Wings? We'll find out later tonight. This is St. Louis Blues hockey.